It needs.
We're talking about this building we're sitting in right now.
This building right where we're in
What
right
was it
now.
originally?
Oh my God, this thing's been everything. It started out, it was built in 1864. And it started out as mainly as a, the sardine schooners would come in, unload their catch at the two wharfs that used to be out back. And they smoked the herring here, packaged it. It's been an office for a dentist, an office for a doctor. There's been a men's haberdashery in here. There was a soda fountain at one time, and a state representative from Maine actually owned it at one time and had his corporate office here. And he produced Fuzzy Wuzzy cat food and Calico cat food. And I believe it was
from the sardines?
From the sardines and the waste products from the sardines. And he also ran his business here. He didn't make the cat food here. It was made somewhere else, but this is where his corporate office was. Judy wanted this beautiful old building. Maybe that's why she loves me. I'm old. But I personally, only interest I had was I'm looking at this property right on the water, and I said to her, "There's no way. I mean, financially, we live in Florida, waterfront property. No, I'm a worker bee, not a senior management person." And I said, "That'll never work." So she said, "Well, how do we know?" And I said, "Well, let's just enjoy the next glass of wine and we can think about it." So at any rate, she did see the gentleman coming out of the building. I ran over at her insistence to she'll disagree with that, I'm sure, but told him that my wife was really thought the building was charming, and he said, "Well, great, why don't you come on in? I'll take you around, show it to you." And as a bit of it, she kept going, and she looked at the tin ceilings, and which of course we've had to replace now.
Sure.
She looked at the holes where the floor wasn't,
right.
But she looked at also where the floor was,
right.
And she kept saying, "Oh my, oh my," and I kept saying, "Oh my God, I can't, no, this is not going to happen." Unfortunately, it did happen. Long story short, we put an offer in on it on November 2007. And with a little bit of negotiation, the gentleman accepted the offer. You know, interestingly enough, I was really happy to do it. It was fun. We finished it June 1st of 2010.
Okay.
And opened the restaurant June 15th, 2010.
Now here you are, 2015, a restaurant, an inn.
Well, let me just say this
about
about the restaurant.
Sure.
We started off as a typical Down East chowder house would be, and it was fine. Everything worked fine, but we became associated with, later on you'll meet the chefs. They came to us last fall and decided that they wanted to leave the hustle and bustle of mainstream America and Washington, D.C. and come up here and enjoy Maine life the way it should be. Consequently, we have taken what we would consider, we are a tavern. We're the Water Street Tavern and Inn. And as you know, a tavern is a gathering place for friends, family, and travelers that serves food, drink, and lodging. And many friendships have been established here, but where I'm really going with this is we have gone from casual dining in Down East Maine to probably a very high level of casual dining without getting in, but we're serving fine dining meals, the fine dining classification meals, but in a more casual, upscale casual
Is there a certain approach, a theme to the food now that you would?
Well, the theme of the food right now is it's quite. First of all, it's all natural. It's all from scratch.
Okay.
We buy everything that we can from local suppliers, purveyors, and the chefs are just tremendously magical in their ability. They're like magicians. They can turn this just a piece of haddock into something extremely elegant.
What are you making now?
I am sauteing a little bit of vegetable that goes with the salmon dish, and it's just a little bit of summer vegetables and salt, pepper, a little bit of butter, and grilled salmon like we have here, and some saffron sauce. Beauty.
How's it going?
It's going very well.
What's your specialty when it comes to pastry?
We do a little bit of everything. We do breads, we do cakes, we do tarts.
Really?
Yep.
So it's not just dinner, it's dessert.
It's the whole experience.
What do we got?
House-made ribs with a house-made rub, and we're doing a Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce with it. So throw a little sauce on there, but you know, they've been in there for about 5 hours, so I think they look pretty tender.
So how is this experience different from past jobs you've had working here?
Well, one, I'm the chef, and two, my ride to work is more beautiful than anything I could ever imagine. And we have a nice kitchen here, and I have a really nice crew, and so far so good. These are all the sauces that we work with on a regular basis here. This is a mushroom sauce, a red wine mushroom sauce, a red wine sauce, a duck and cherry sauce, parsnip puree, green pea puree, saffron sauce, and beurre blanc, which is the quintessential French citrus butter sauce, and it's my favorite sauce. So these are the sauces that we have every single day. These are all made from demi-glace, from roasted bones in the oven, and vegetables, and lots of love. They cook for about 24 hours, and then we reduce it and pass it, and then you end up with this awesome sauce. So, sorry, it should be
So
clean.
does that, not that I would know this, but each meal has its own distinctive
Well,
sauce?
typically, when you cook and you make a sauce for a particular dish, you would use the bones of each respective animal. So if you were making a chicken jus, you would use chicken bones. If you were making venison, you would use venison bones. Here, some of the things that I want to get are not easily accessible, so we've done them with beef bones. Typically it would be veal bones, but equally gelatinous and wonderful, and giving us the same wonderful base for all these sauces. All these are the base for, you know, mother sauces. So this is a parsnip puree. Very simply, parsnips cooked in milk and shallots. Couldn't be easier. Crispy leeks, because it's always nice to have something crunchy. And then the last thing is a saffron sauce.
Fries, one meatloaf, no bacon, no sauce. One meatloaf regular, one popcorn haddock, one fries, 2 fried clams.
Can you get me the lobster from the walk-in, please?
A risotto lobster, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna do. We have some lobster tonight, so we're gonna do a little lobster risotto. We were doing it with scallops, so we're gonna do it with lobster tonight. So, and a moulard duck breast, fried clams, popcorn haddock, fresh local clams from our local purveyor down the street. Everything is coming from them. The fresh haddock, all the fresh seafood is coming from down the road.
It doesn't get much better than this, does it?
Well, only when you have a lobster on the tray, a nice cold beer, you
Got
know.
it.
Maine, the way life should be. It's just fantastic.
You love being up here.
I do. I mean, look at how picturesque it is. And the funny thing about it is, in the morning particularly, I come out here and I have a cup of coffee and I look around and I never see the same thing twice. It always changes. And it's therapy. It's beautiful. It's untouched beauty up here. I live in Orlando, you know, the Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it,
I
yeah.
know exactly what you mean.
Okay, so I mean, coming up here and living this lifestyle. When I was in corporate America, I told my wife in 2000, I want to go someplace where the phone doesn't work, the pager doesn't work. We don't have to entertain anybody. I just want to drink a little wine, be quiet. She said, I know just a place. It's called Lubeck, Maine.